In this section, we are going to discuss about the practical examples of unsupervised learning. In the previous lectures, we understood what is unsupervised learning, and we also understood the two different types of unsupervised learning, that is clustering and association. So in this lecture, let's try to understand how unsupervised learning is practically implemented. What kind of practical applications that are available in this market. So we understood the differences between clustering and association. Clustering automatically splits the dataset into groups based on their similarities. To give you an example, anomaly detection can discover unusual data points in your dataset. So it is useful for finding fraudulent transactions. So let's take this example. You are somebody who swipes a credit card more regularly near your college or house, and you always swipe your credit card for a certain amount. Suddenly, your credit card is getting swiped somewhere in North America, and a FT amount is being swiped across. So there are two anomalies detected here. One based on the location, two based on the amount. Now, from the data that has been passed in, you are able to see that this belongs to a separate cluster compared to the rest of the data points, which are very much in one cluster. So based on the data that is available, you are able to identify that this particular data is slightly out of the other cluster belonging to a different cluster. This will actually help analysts to find out the discrepancy or the fraudulent transaction that has happened. So here is a best case scenario for unsupervised machine learning approach. The second type of unsupervised machine learning is association. It mines and identifies sets of data items which often occur together in your data set. So based on the relationship between the variables, you are able to cluster them, you are able to associate two different sets of groups. So the popular example for this is Amazon recommendation engine. So people who buy laptop will also buy a mousepad, will also buy a additional keyboard or a printer. So depending on the past behavior of people, you are trying to classify the new behavior of the people. That is, you are saying that people like you who have bought this will also buy this. So you are trying to associate two different users based on common attributes. So association also has its own examples in the market. Let's look at more examples here. Clustering, deciding the prices of an house or land in an area that is in a geographical location. That is an example for unsupervised clustering algorithm. The clustering algorithms use data and give output in the form of clusters of data. So visit websites like 99 acres, housing.com. So you'll be able to see that, okay, this particular area, this is the average rent. And based on the rent, they are able to group it and say that, okay, this is one cluster because I see that the rate is common in this area. This is one cluster because I see the pin code like this. So somewhere there is a reason, there is a commonality which is making the algorithms to pick those commonalities and give it as one cluster. Let's look at the second example for association. When you buy products from shopping sites, the system recommends another set of products, as we were discussing Amazon. So association algorithms are often used for this recommendation. The third popular example is facial recognition in Facebook especially. So when you upload a photo on Facebook, it can recognize a person in that photo and suggest you mutual friends also. So machine learning is actually used for these predictions, and it uses data like our friend list, photos, etc., and it makes predictions based on that. Also, if you upload an image, It tries to compare this image with the group of images available, and it tries to identify the right cluster for the new image that comes in. And based on the cluster and the labeling that has happened, it is able to recognize and give you the name for that cluster. So clustering plus classification both are used together for better facial recognition. The fourth example is marketing. In the marketing, we always talk about targeting, segmenting and positioning, right? STP. The segmentation of the customers can be done in a much efficient way using association algorithms, so that you can do targeted marketing. That is based on demographic attributes like age, gender, marital sex, income, etc. You are able to identify and you are able to club together and give a particular cluster to it. That is, you are able to say that these people, these segments belong to one cluster based on the demographic attributes. I hope you have understood with these examples what unsupervised learning approach is. Now let's summarize our learnings, what we have covered in the last two sections. So unsupervised learning is a machine learning technique where you do not need to supervise the model. That's the basic difference between supervised and unsupervised. Unsupervised machine learning helps you to find all kinds of unknown patterns in data. So that is the specialty of unsupervised. So you just pass the data that you have and it will start identifying the clusters. So the two types of unsupervised learning approaches are clustering and association. Association rules allow you to establish association amongst the data objects inside large databases. And in supervised learning algorithms are trained using labeled data, while in unsupervised learning, algorithms are used against data which is not labeled. Anomaly detection can discover important data points in your data set, which is useful for finding fraudulent transactions, and this is a perfect example for unsupervised learning approach. And the biggest drawback of unsupervised learning is that you cannot get precise information, that is accurate modeling, when it comes to data sorting. So the way the clusters are formed, you may not be able to get the highest accuracy for you to do it. So that is a challenge with unsupervised learning. So looking at the bigger picture, we are looking at machine learning. We saw three different learning approaches: supervised, unsupervised and reinforcement. And supervised has two techniques: classification and regression. Unsupervised has two techniques: clustering and association. So these are the keywords that you should not forget in your life when we talk about supervised and unsupervised. I hope you understood what is unsupervised learning with the help of the practical examples that we have shared across. Thank you very much for your time. We'll connect again in the next session.